Each one of these sepsis downgrades is costing you anywhere from $3,000 to $15,000 per case. We've analyzed hundreds of DRG downgrades across major health systems, and we have found that around 70% of these cases were preventable sepsis denials. Payers are aggressively downgrading both DRG 871 and 720 to lower acuity codes like UTI and pneumonia. And ultimately, this is leading to lower reimbursement rates, it's lowering case mix indexes, it's reducing your future rates, and it's underreporting the acuity of the patients you're actually treating. In our analysis, we found 5 reoccurring failure points that's consistently putting these claims at risk. The first being just an over-reliance on narrative impression. Without things like structured data or scoring, payers are starting to dismiss this sort of documentation as subjective. And when you have things like missing labs and vitals, the absence of that required criteria like SOFA scoring is leaving these high acuity codes vulnerable to being challenged by the payers. There's also a trend of coders assigning codes without querying for them and actually verifying the documentation, which ultimately is going to lead to this sort of false sense of security for those particular cases. Teams, both on the clinician side and the RCM side, are just unaware of audit criteria. And so clinical decisions are oftentimes not aligning with payer expectations. And until you close that gap, your future denials are just nearly guaranteed. And finally, a lot of these systems are not actually doing any sort of chart review that would ensure that the codes and the medical documentation actually tell the same story to ensure that denials are sort of prevented before the claim ever goes out the door. Even just avoiding something like 100 denials could lead to more than $350,000 in direct savings before you even consider any sort of downstream impact on what it means for your reimbursements.